What's up, y'all? What's up? Thanks for tuning in. It's your girl, Phoenix Novell. Welcome once again to Boss Bitch Tips. And this video today is called, It's Not Who He Wants, but Who He Can't Live Without. A guy can want you. He can desire you. But he can also want her, or him, and them, and everybody else. And sometimes we assume that just because he wants us or enjoys being around us, that we are the most important person in his life, or we play a bigger role than other people play. But the truth is, sometimes that just ain't the truth, right? And this video is to kind of help you understand what the biggest factor and biggest focus should be, and that is, who can he not stop thinking about? Who is it that he can't control himself around? Who is it that he wants and desires to the point that he would let go of anything? And you can tell this by the way that he talks about somebody else, if he does, especially if you're not necessarily his girl. That's the thing. You know, sometimes we play this whole friends with benefits thing. Sometimes we remain in this in-between stage where we don't necessarily have the title of girlfriend, but we're damn near girlfriend, right? We've been there. But then when he does something to kind of like reestablish the boundary or kind of remind you of the fact that you might not be girlfriend, you get a chance to see where he really wants to be, you know. And sometimes that can be hurtful. Sometimes you're not ready to prepare for that reality. But you need to pay attention, because the more time you're invested in somebody or something, the harder it is to get that thing out of your system if it's not working out for you, if it's not in your best interest. And sometimes you might not necessarily think that you want something serious for somebody, and that's fine too. Like, you don't have to want something because you are a woman and you were expected to be serious. You got some girls who just they like to play too. But when you do get to the point where you feel like, I'm starting to develop feelings, I need to know where I stand, and you kind of get the inkling that there's somebody else or something else that's important to him, you need to follow up on that. I'm talking about pay attention to what he says, how he describes this other person, how he acts about that other person. Sometimes you might want to flat out ask him, you know, about his baby mama who he can't seem to not discuss or talk about or whatever. Sometimes there is nothing there, and there may not be somebody else, but sometimes you get those feelings or inclinations that there is, and sometimes you see signs, or the way he looks at somebody, or the way he talks about somebody, or the way he can't seem to, because some guys will tell you that I like you, but I don't want to be serious with you because I still have some baggage, or I'm not ready to get into a serious relationship again because of this past or that past. And an ex may still be in that past, you know. And so he's not really ready to move on because of the fact that he hasn't really moved on from her. He's not ready to move on with you and get into something serious because he's still kind of over there. So that's when you need to assess if he can't live without this person in his life, especially if he's still connected in some way. Maybe they got kids, maybe they don't, but he'll tell you, and it doesn't have to be a verbal telling. Sometimes it's just, I had one time where a guy just had this look, right? Whenever he mentioned this girl's name, there was this look in his eyes And the best way for me to describe this look was like he was sorry for me. I remember thinking to myself, ugh, like that's one of the worst things in the world for me is when people feel sorry for me. I don't know why, but I just hate knowing that somebody feels sorry for me. And I think he had that look because he knew that he could never feel the way he felt about her towards me. He never said it. But the way he described it, the way he talked about it, the way he, even though he tried not to emotion, like put any emotion in the way he talked about her, but he could feel what I was trying to invest in him. And he had a good heart. Like, he was a good person. Like, he was sweet, he was kind, but you can't make your heart feel something it doesn't. And you can't pretend that it doesn't feel something that it does. Even if you want to suppress it and don't really let it see the light of day, it comes out in various ways. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, he knows what I want from him, but he knows he could never give it to me because he wants something that he can't have. Like, crazy. And it was never said. But then it was on me to kind of decipher this and say, all right, this is where it ends. Like, this is where it ends in terms of as far as we can go without me losing my pride and my self-respect, And so this video is to kind of like help others out there who are having these same inclinations, who may be in a situation where they feel that there could be somewhere else that he wants to be. There could be someone else that he can't live without. Somebody who, no matter what, whenever y'all got a problem in a relationship or whenever y'all have your distance, there she is, or she's messaging him, or he messaged her, or he had to go see her for her birthday. Whatever he had to do, where you're like, kind of like, really? Again? This one? There's something there. And he may not be moving forward with it because he doesn't want to get hurt, or he doesn't want to be in a solid relationship right now, but he doesn't want to let her go so she could be with somebody else and not with him anymore. Or he could be not going back because the door is closed on her end. But he's always there waiting so that, he's able to move, and as he, just in case the door is open and she's looking his way again, and you can feel it if you're paying attention. You can feel it if you're watching him. I advocate observation more than anything, because not everything that's felt is said. Not everything is going to be verbalized. Not everything can be. Not everything needs to be. But sometimes we are so caught up in what we want that it's hard for us to actually accept what is. Because we're trying to impose our own desires onto this situation. And the thing about the situation is that the situation isn't just ours. When it comes to you and yours all day long, send signals out to the universe about what you want to come to you. But when it comes to something that you're creating with somebody else, and this is what I'm talking about, like when you have a child with somebody else, you're having a child with that person together, you've created something together. That is not just you, that is not just them. It's something separate that also contains the two of you. And so, no matter how much you wish for things to be different or for them to feel a certain way about you, you can't change that by yourself. You can't make that the reality. Even if in your mind you know how great you would be for this person and how great they will be, but they can't. Sometimes they can't help what they feel, and sometimes they don't like the way they feel because it feels shitty. Like when you're just like tied to somebody who you want to let go of, but your heart feels so full when you're with them. It's devastating when you can't, like when it's unrequited, or there's reasons why you can't have that person, but you're trying to move on. Don't be the person, don't be that person who's holding on and trying to build something with somebody who is having a hard time moving on from somebody else in their past, or whose energy is not fully focused on you because their heart isn't fully focused on you. So I hope that this video helped you guys. It's a little bit of a downer because there's no way out of the situation except for you to realize what it is. You know, the sooner the better. And as soon as you have those, sometimes it's just like it hits you out of nowhere. You know, you're not necessarily looking, and like it. Sometimes they invest in you and they do really like you and their attention is on you and they want you. But then they want somebody else more, and sometimes you just get hit with that out of nowhere. But the more you pay attention, the more you focus, I'm not talking about stalk them or like check their phone every 5 seconds, but pay attention to your partner so that they would have to be so good at hiding shit. I mean, I'm talking about like on some like high level hiding shit kind of thing, and make it so that that's the only possible way that you don't see something coming. Because if you're invested in them and you put your attention on them and you actually are building together, then there should be very little that they can put past you without your spidey senses going. You know, pay attention. All right? Once again, it's your girl, Phoenix Nobel. Thanks for tuning into another video of Boss Bitch Tips. If you have questions or if you have topic ideas that you want me to cover, make sure to email me at askthebaws@gmail.com. ASKTHEBAWSE@gmail.com. Thanks again, guys. Peace.